Oh. Hey, bud.
Maybe. I don't know. I got a good feeling. No, we were right. We were right. It ended up being Suds this time.
Yeah, good call. Man, I'm gonna go to Vegas.
I keep thinking that this strange alchemy will eventually. I'll tire of it, but I don't think so.
I'm good. I love it.
No, I don't think so. Precious channel. It is I, your internet friend, Jerford K. Horcrims. And however it came to be, you fell and asked backwards into Twitch's brewing show. Acquisitions Intoxicated. I am joined as almost always by Acquisitions Intoxicated brewmaster Eric J. Benson, a manifold origami-like figure.
Wow,
within which
new.
Are contained several other discrete identities. Let's go down the list. Azerbaijan,
one.
The notorious EJB, Edge Benson, 100% excitement, 100% vigor, always delivered right on the top. No, in your current seated position, it looks as though your crow is right there, is about to whisper some dark wisdom.
Yeah, I feel like it is. And hopefully, we get some good brewing ideas from it.
No, I mean I'm saying the new seated position is great.
Yeah,
it's looking right.
It's brooding. It's delightful.
It should brood. That's on brand for these birds.
Right.
Beckenbauer, Fat Baron, et al. Thank you so much for your custom. It's much appreciated. Now, we got a couple of different things. So, Eric, you are wincing with pain because there's a gout issue. But that being said, you already put the grains into the device for our benefit.
Yeah.
And so I just want to emphasize for the chat the extent to which this man loves you. Because he had to, I assume, crucify yourself in order to put these grains in.
Yeah.
The least we can do is take a look at them and see that their dark work has already begun.
I think that it should be. Look at that. Yeah, look at that color.
Exactly. So Hunter's Dark, as the channel will remember, that's our sort of Gloomstalker Ranger type vibe. Right? Obviously
expectations
are high, but look at the
color
between the rye and the black patent malt.
Yeah.
Like it's like TV static. Like it is there is a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
And that's about twice the patent malt that we typically put in a beer like this.
Yeah, we usually don't need a lot.
Yeah, typically, and you don't, because it's like SRM 500.
Yeah.
If sometimes we'll put a little bit in to hit a certain SRM, but in this, we're actually trying to get the coffee vibe in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's gonna work.
That color already, that water just hit. So
yeah, this is basically a couple minutes labor, and it already looks like this. Now, did we or did we not receive something special from Josh in the mail?
We did, and this is really cool. You want to go into this? Because
I'm actually going to pull. I'm going to pull up the info online. This is that's not true. This is the Kurikuro Dark Chestnut Ale that Josh got us. Beer Advocate, a wretched hive of scum and villainy. I will occasionally read reviews. Like, I really like beer, but I will occasionally read reviews on Beer Advocate just to differentiate myself from them. It is they take it super hard, but they also take themselves super hard.
Right.
And at that juncture, it's Trouble Town. And I am saying that even in this dark realm, they are offering this beer a 92 out of 100, which doesn't. I mean, think about it like this. Beer Advocate is in some ways analogous to like a Board Game Geek.
Mm-hmm.
And so Board Game Geek, exactly right. Board Game Geek it's like every game, like the best games of all time are a 7.2.
Right, exactly.
Right? Once you have enough aggregation, everything is okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
everything
exactly.
is a C minus. It's a passing grade, but did it really separate itself from the pack?
Yeah.
Is Catan actually good?
Yeah.
Yes. It's actually good. But I am saying that even through the gauntlet of this rock tumbler, 92 out of 100. And so let's see what they're talking about. They call this an American Imperial Stout, but that's even they don't call it that. They call it an ale brewed with chestnuts. Right?
Yeah, so, it's fascinating.
So let's put our mouths on it.
I'm going to put my nose on it. I am jealous that you get to taste this beer.
Jesus.
Like, this smells amazing. Oh, man.
The texture.
Yeah. Describe this for me. You realize I got to live vicariously through you with this beer.
Oh, you don't have access to the apparatus?
No, I'm allergic to chestnuts.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my God. God damn it. Oh, listen, I can help you 100%.
Yeah, I need a full...
Imagine
I'm going to close my eyes while you do this.
I got you. So, obviously, it's cold, right? We got it from the
solid
fridge,
start. Yeah.
Right? But imagine it so sweet and spicy that with a syrupy texture that it actually comes across as like warm and inviting.
Wow.
Right? The residual sweetness plus the spice makes it like it gives it almost like a cocoa, like a Mexican chocolate type.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. But
oh my Lord.
Does the chestnut flavor actually come through, or?
I've never had chestnut before. And so I think that maybe that sweetness, right? Maybe that's sweet. Well, I can tell a story about chestnuts in a second, but it might be that the earthy sweetness, because you can get notes like this from hops and grains, right? It might be that that's where it's coming from.
That's fascinating.
So, like, I don't know why a cold carbonated drink. Oh, I had talked to Josh about this too. The carbonation, it has it pours with a really solid head, but the carbonation is actually quite low.
Right. Okay.
And so, which I think is an aesthetic approach, right? I'm sounding Absolutely. This is what a person on Beer Advocate sounds like. But I think that's emphasized, like the syrupy nature of it, because the carbonation isn't as harsh. And so the middle of it with this like earthy sweetness, which I guess is this nut and the spice, just finishes it out. That's top 3. That's a top 3 beer for me. I understand that you are, deathly allergic. But
you're saying it's worth the trip to the hospital.
I am saying put that to your lips. No, do not do that.
Yeah. Take a giant gulp, and you know what? You're good. You don't need anything else in this life.
I'm sure that's against the TOS. For sure. But here they have some notes here. So it's originally developed for export to the North American market. Man, do they have this dialed in or what? It is a brew based on our Hideji Stout. It uses Miyazaki-grown chestnuts and features a flavor rich in nuts, herbs, and sweet chestnuts, along with an aroma of espresso and brown sugar from roasted barley. There we go. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the roasted barley makes a lot of sense.
Man, this is a must. If you ever see it, it just says dark chestnut ale. I mean, Kurikuro must be the calligraphy on the front. But it's just sort of like a speckled white label. It's a must. like imagine a beer that has the ability, however briefly, to rob me of speech, and not in the traditional
that takes
way.
a lot. Yeah.
Not in the traditional way. Yeah, and Takun says today on Acquisitions Intoxicated, is anaphylactic shock against the TOS?
Yeah.
Could be. Oh, so you cracked in as well, Josh? Yeah, it is pure magic. Pure magic. Yeah, Windwalker, they keep saying we're going to get snow here, but today is actually like the most beautiful sunny day we've had in a while. When I was walking the dog last night, I could see that a few of my neighbors had actually like they'd salted their walks in expectation.
Oh, really?
And now they just have a salty sidewalk on a beautiful sunny day.
That's so cute because even if we get snow, it's like a half an inch, like to the point where salt is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah. See, and this is not the snow that you grew up with.
No,
right?
This is like 8 feet of snow in one night type of thing.
Yeah. See, this is not the snow. This is not the snow that I grew up with either. Just on the other side of the same state.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh man, no. I mean, we had the stuff where it's like the snowplow comes by, and then you can carve out livable space.
A giant fort. Yes.
You can carve out livable space.
Like
you
can
make
a TV room, a pool room. Like it was great.
Oh man, no.
I mean, we put lifting benches in there. It was whatever you wanted.
My auntie Shoko. I did not understand until I was like 26 why my mom called her Shochan. Like when her name is Shoko, I did not understand until I was a quasi-adult why she called her something that was not her name. Now I get it. I know what it is. But she was such a badass dude. Like when we would put those forts together, she would like make us snacks. She would like make us caramel corn and then put it in Ziploc bags. Like we were dialed in, dude. And then she gave us like candles. So we had like in our fort, we had candle sconces. I'm not fucking joking.
That's impressive. We had like Kool-Aid.
So kick-ass. So kick-ass.
That's awesome.
Anyway, Kurikuro Dark Chestnut Ale. A top 3 beer for me. But
wow.
I talked about this a little bit before, like when we would go to Mugen Ramen, whenever we hit PAX Oz, obviously, nothing but love. But one of my favorite things to do when I'm there, and I do it as many times as I can, the maximum number of times I've done it is 3 in one trip. But Mugen Ramen is just over one of the bridges north of the convention center. It's in a laneway just a couple blocks north of there.
Okay.
And they have a huge selection. When I say huge, of course, the place itself is very small, but more than I've ever seen, like 5 or 6 imported Japanese beers, like yuzu IPAs and sweet potato, like amber ales, like just crazy stuff. And maybe this is common too. I've never seen it before, but it's like they give you noodles and broth separately.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you get like a bowl of noodles, of cold noodles, and then you on the right side, then you have the broth, and then like a little teapot of extra broth to like warm it up.
Interesting. I mean, makes sense. I mean, that's how we get when we get arashi.
Arashi ramen. Oh yeah, exactly. Like because we get it to go. Essentially, it's set up in this like traditional way, right?
The same exact way, yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, Sukumen. That's it. And in fact, on the whenever you sit down, like the mat has a manga comic that shows you how to eat it.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I'd never had like a curry ramen. And you can just order extra noodles because you already.
Anyway, that's cool.
It's fucking.
Wait a minute.
Extra noodles get ordered. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, you can just order extra noodles for your broth.
Oh god, that's a delight. That's brilliant.
Fuck man, it's so good. Someday.
when my friends were in Japan, I don't know what it's called, but they went to this one place where it's basically unlimited types of noodles or a type of noodle, and you get.
Oh yeah.
They bring out a round of like, say there's 4 of us, they would bring out a round of 16 bowls, and they're small little bowls, almost like a miso soup bowl size.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And there'd be one bite of noodle, and then you would just eat that, stack the bowl, eat another one, stack the bowl, eat another one, stack the bowl, till like you have 150 bowls being stacked up, and they just keep bringing noodles out, and it looks like so much fun and absolutely delicious. And I do not know what it's called, but
see, that sounds very good.
Yeah,
it sounds great, is what it sounds. Yeah. Let's be clear about
that. Infinite noodles, essentially.
Blind Cleric, no, I never went to Terakawa in Philly. I'm still discovering Philly. The truth is that as Eric will attest, if you have the Reading Market right across there, it's like I'm still exploring that. I've been there 3 times, and I stay across the street, and I've still only been to like 15 places.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
it sounds all right.
The amount of time we go to the Knicks is just astounding.
Well, it's daily.
Yeah,
and it's been multiple. It's been multiple times in one day.
Yeah.
Right. Did the dipping ramen is what they called it in there, which is maybe what Tuskaman means. But Fodwin, yes, it's quite true. Pho is out of control. That's super good. And pho is actually really common in Seattle generally.
Yeah.
But I had great pho in Melbourne as well. Actually, there's a really nice pho place over by one of the board game shops I go to when I'm there.
Oddly enough, I didn't know what pho was until I came to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Not an East Coast thing.
No, it could be that it could be this way more concentrated. There's gonna be something. I mean, there's a lot that happens over there.
Yeah.
But
there's things over there that aren't here, but still, it's just
exactly. But I think that I don't know exactly what it is. All I can say is that it is ridiculously common, like comically easy to get your mitts on. Just in Ballard. Just in Ballard, there's probably 5 places.
Yeah.
It's insane. Anyway, so EGB, were you dipping hot noodles or cold soba noodles?
I don't know. It wasn't me. It was a friend that was doing it and sending me pictures. So
yeah. So these were cold. The ones that I had were cold. It was actually a cold noodle in a hot broth with an extra teapot. Crazy pants. Now, so we have established it. It looks like the water is filling back up.
Is it?
Ever so slowly. It's going to get more of this color as we move in.
Oh, yeah. It's going to look delightful.
Exactly right. Now, let me find my file, and we can begin our labors in earnest. Okay. Red Rock Blaster, got it. All right. So we had talked about Das Vampire.
Eh?
Well, the note that I have in my list here is vampire.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
So vampire is obviously available.
Okay.
Something to consider.
Love it.
Let me pull up the Twitch poll
what
overlay.
We brew in the shadows. God damn it. That's great.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a reason to do it right there. But vampires have got all these crazy traditional powers too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is an endless supply of hooks for that. So I've got Das Vampire.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would say
themes.
We could do another class again, maybe a barbarian this time. We haven't done a barbarian yet.
True. Okay. Oh no, Beckenbauer. There's an episode of The Simpsons where Lisa says Das Vampire.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not the correct pronunciation.
No.
Gravelord Aaron, it's the easiest process on earth. Indeed, that is the purpose of this program, is to answer questions like this. The way we typically phrase it is to give you that which you already own, the art and science of brewing. But if you look at the image right above our very complex set of interlocking pipes, you will see the process, operating more or less in real time. Essentially, we put the blend of seeds in there, and then we hit it with successive waves of hotter and hotter water, and we extract as much sugar as we can from those, and then we let yeast do its thing with that sugar, and that's it. That's the process. It is, our forebears managed this, without any of our modern technology. And I say that just to encourage anybody who wants to give it a try. Sometimes if you make beer at home, it will taste a little strange, but it's still beer.
It'll still do its work.
It's still beer. Oh yeah, Cookie Mom, you have a Groot popping over there.
That's great.
It's a Groot.
It's a great Groot.
It's a great Groot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Gravelord Aaron says that they can't drink beer because their body doesn't process carbs. Yeah, you don't want this.
Oh yeah, that's
you will be reduced to atoms. This is carb juice. You will be destroyed by it.
Yeah.
Now, so Das Vampire, we got the Barbarian. There might be one other topic,
let's get something else
out there. Something else to jump in there.
What comes to mind?
Yeah. One other thing is those rice are what beer is from. Yeah, I mean, when I was in Melbourne, there was a Japanese line of IPAs that was brewed with rice.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of beer brewed with rice.
Yeah, a lot of American beers, like very big famous beers.
Yeah, with rice. Budweiser is brewed with rice.
You might have heard of it.
A lot of gluten-free beers are, we'll go that route. Well, some of them, but right? Is rice gluten-free? I thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
I'm thinking of the Corona. Corona is gluten-free because it's made with corn.
Yeah, and we have leveraged corn before.
Yeah.
That was the dark beer. That was the beer that tasted.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
No, it was your father's beer.
Yes.
That was the old the cream ale.
It was aggressive.
The Jenny Screamer style.
No, it was rough. Now, so let's throw those in there. Do we do a beer with beetroot? Oh my gosh, that would be incredible.
Good.
Yeah, and then beet sugar is pretty common.
Yeah.
So there'd be a couple ways to leverage beets inside that mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you wanted to get red, like obviously, and we'll show you at the SRM tier, right? Oh, let's see. Is the poll not rendering on the stream, Josh? Huh. I can reuse that. And it's just a couple of clicks. Okay. Yeah. Let me know when I should pull the trigger on that. But yeah, so on the SRM scale, I mean, red ales are really more like, they're not really red, right?
No, they're more of like a...
But we can get that color. Beetroot would be a very solid way to get to go into something that's a little bit more intense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there you go. Go into that. I have had red IPAs also that are pretty
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah.
Crib on this page. Oh, up on top in the URL. Yeah, it's Penny. Yeah, Penny Arcade for sure. I know. No. Okay, I can log out and log back in. What do you think? Hang on once again. All right, now it's Goof Troop for sure. Okay. What a nightmare. Yeah, I can try the Twitch poll. Let me go over to, and then I just do that via. Yeah, let me log in there. Authy desktop. What a pleasure. You know what, Josh? I'm going to remember this computer for 30 days. That's just what I'm thinking about doing.
Solid strat.
Yeah. Some people are like, it's fine. Not me. There we go. All right. Theme. Vampire. All right. Now let's try this, Josh. Haha!
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, new plan, guys. Show of hands. I mean, that's what we're doing now. It's just that your hands look like numbers,
Yeah.
SA.
Diamond hands.
Diamond hands. Gonna maintain.
Hold the line.
Moon beer. Yeah, so let's see who's on this. Now, like I say, a hazy guy, something that had the red color and was hazy would have a, man, getting it dialed in. It's one thing to get it in a clear liquid. If you're talking about a hazy, getting that the right color, I think would actually be very tough.
Yeah. You just put some food coloring in. It's like making green beer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, right? We made fucking glitter beer.
Yeah.
We don't need to stand on ceremony. We can just do it like anyone else would.
Yeah, like who are we? We make a good beer and then food color it red.
Yeah. But I mean our experience with the edible glitter was that we wanted it in every beer.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty cool.
Because of how great it was and how awesome.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's my beer. Done. Yeah, now hazy could work. I like the idea that we're gonna come at it with something that has more intensity. Like address it with an IPA.
Sure.
Which I like. So let's go with the hazy IPA.
They got bite.
Like bark. I consumed. There'd be no way to calculate.
Juxtapose, you could just remove yourself from the fucking chat right now if you ever mention sparkly twilight vampires ever again.
Is there a problem out here? Is there tough?
I will not have any of that shit.
Is it getting rough out here?
Yep.
But Pyro, yes. I mean, I don't disagree. But I'll show you now. Eric, can you put up the SRM chart?
Sure, totally. Give me a sec.
Some licorice. Let's see. Beckenbauer says, I think I asked you before, but what is your opinion on licorice? I love licorice.
Me too.
I'm obsessed with it. We have a couple Norwegian gift shops.
Oh yeah.
Ballard traditionally is very Norwegian.
That one that's right on, is it on Aurora
It's
or
just on 15th.
Yeah. Good Lord. That place is real cool.
Right. And so I got absolutely no problem with it. So this is my thinking, Pyrol. I don't know that I would call any of these colors red.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing really like bright red, right? Or like blood
Yeah.
red.
So if we want to,
if we want to do it really blood red, that's an artificial coloring, which is
exactly. And I want that color to come across, in a more particular way. Red ales are amber ales at a certain level of opacity, right?
Mate, I am very glad you mentioned red Twizzlers, because those are the real kind of liquors.
Yeah, exactly right. Orion Rogue has got it dialed in here. I think we're making something lighter.
Yeah,
and we're inflecting it with something else. My preference is that it be a natural ingredient like beet, but I understand. I don't want beets in the boil.
Yeah.
By any means, right? I want to make sure you understand. I'm not advocating for boiled beets.
Yeah. Okay, Mom. Like that. I want no beets in my dinner.
Exactly. Yeah. All I'm saying, Pyro, is that we probably want to target a lighter color, and then bring it into alignment.
Yeah.
With the color addition, right? Photoin is like glitter. Listen, I don't hate it. I'm saying that glitter is an option for the individual.
Yeah.
They can add it.
Not in my vampire beer. You can just take that shit and back the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But lambics. This is the thing about lambics. Rakathan. I'm gonna call you Rack. The thing about lambics is that they often have fruit additions.
Yep, absolutely.
And so the rich color that you're talking about is derived from a method exactly like the one we're suggesting. Beetroot is one option, but obviously Morello cherries, like many creeks have, that would also get us to the same place.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just like there's two colors that I associate with Das Vampire. One obviously is red. We understand this. We know about this. We get it, right?
You say
the second is actually royal purple.
Yep.
Because vampires are inexorably intertwined with the sorts of manors and castles, right, that we see behind the notorious EJB, right? That finery and pomp, like that's almost inextricable from the mythology, right? So, yeah, I feel like those are the two paths that we can take there, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, really, it's just about where we're going to want to go next. I mean,
do we want to say like a pale? We could do a pale. Pale ale's kind of fun. Yeah.
Pale ale.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yep. A pale ale. There's a lot of reasons why I like it.
Yeah.
Not least of which is it'll make it very, very easy for us to hit it.
Right.
With whatever we want.
Right.
Hazy IPA, I still think is a great choice.
I think it's a great choice. It's both flavor and the coloring can work still, or just a regular IPA because it has bite. Like it
does.
A bite to it.
It does. It has
It
has a lot of presence.
This is like the 30,000 foot way to answer the vampire question. It's not granular, right? We're taking.
Yeah. All right. So those are all cool choices. And
yeah, Orion,
we can't go wrong.
Does give a mouthfeel, a good mouthfeel.
Yeah, there's a richness there that comes from the hops and suspension, I think.
Takun, I think a raspberry hazy, I think would be interesting to try to work out. I haven't had one yet.
Yeah, now blood orange, you can't fight it. Blood orange, I mean, that's going to work. That's going to work a treat, and it's especially in an IPA. Like it's almost too easy, folks.
Yeah. And we've used blood orange a lot, and it always comes out great.
Oh yeah, blood orange wants to be
Right.
an ingredient here, right? Yeah, hazies are definitely the style. A part of it, Anonymous, is that for the most part, we try not to do
We do.
exactly the thing that we want to do.
Yeah.
Because certainly we've both had a lot of them. They're really big right now, even from the biggest. I say big, of course, relatively speaking, local micro establishments. But um, the hazies that we've made have a lot of character.
Right.
Yeah. So it looks like it's a hazy IPA.
Cool.
That's what they want by God,
Okay.
and that's what they're going to get.
Awesome. Let me just take this off of. Bring it back to Brewsmith for us. Now, I think.
Oh, Blue Moon plus Blood Orange. I mean, listen, Diplominator, that's not even a crazy idea.
Mm,
Because Blue Moon is great,
shit.
and part of the reason Blue Moon is as great as it is the toasted coriander in it,
Yep.
which gives it a little bit of an orange peel type vibe. It would be amazing with Blood Orange.
Absolutely. What was I going to say?
Fog Labs, welcome aboard. Now, so now we're definitely moving in the right direction. Yeah, Blue Moon is a lot of people's favorites, vote. It just works.
Yeah, it's
so
actually
simple. It's so
like
simple.
the Catan of beers. It gets you into craft beer, right?
Exactly.
Like it gets you into
Yeah, that's like that. The door is like a jar.
Yeah.
And you end up slipping in that way.
Yeah, that and Hogarden are really good ways to get people into.
Hogarden is so good.
Right? Like you could give people who just don't know anything about craft beer and say, okay, like here, try a Hogarden, like because they've been used to drinking Bud or something like that, and that's an easy first step into the world of all the different types of beers you can go into.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wasn't a beer drinker until, I mean, like maybe not everybody, like a lot of people. I mean, certainly I didn't wait till I was 21 to drink, but generally speaking, it was spirits. I didn't actually get into beer until I went to Ireland.
Yeah.
And so my first beer that I actually ordered at a place was a Guinness.
Oh yeah.
And so
that can either make or break you.
Exactly, right? If you start there, and there's a lot of places you can go from there. You can come down into something that's a little bit more traditional, or you can be like, okay, what's next?
Right. Right. And the thing is, it's interesting because my buddy who had that beer bar with 200 beers on it, always in rotation.
Yeah.
He would have people come in and he'd say, give me a recommendation. They say, oh, here, try this. And it was like Hobgoblin, which is a dark ale. And
yeah.
Which is one of my favorite beers.
It's great.
But people would be like, oh, I don't like dark beer. And his immediate question was, is it because their first beer was a Guinness?
Yeah.
And almost 100% of the time it was a yes. Because Guinness is not like most dark beers, right?
It really isn't.
Like most stouts. So it can either ruin people on dark beer, or you either love it or hate it, or you grow to love it. But it can ruin people on dark beer until they try something else or get made.
But the funny thing, right, is that I had that, right? And then it's like the next beer that I tried was Murphy's.
Oh wow!
Stout, because we were on a tour of the Republic, right? And so it's like the next one I tried was another stout, just from a different place.
So what did you think of they're two wildly different beers, but what did you think of these as you were having them? I mean, if these were your first beers, was that what you expected?
I mean, the main thing, well, it was so clearly a cultural practice, and like Pyro is saying here, I wasn't really a beer drinker until a banker instructed me to buy beer, which is what happened.
Yeah.
I was drinking malt beverages, hard lemonade type stuff in Ireland in pubs. and she got mad at me. She instructed me
Yeah.
as my banker that I was doing it incorrectly.
Huh?
And I took her up on it, and arguably I have continued to take that advice, 20 years hence.
Yeah. Hey.
Right.
Smart choice.
But they both work.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah, they're both fantastic.
They
beers.
both definitely work, but absolutely I was engaging with it as a cultural practice, because
right.
I would go into this place and I would see 30 pints around,
and
they all look exactly the same. It's that or the occasional cider maybe, but most people were drinking the same thing, and I wanted to be in that continuum, right?
Yep. Yeah, Magners and Strongbow, both great ciders.
Oh, Strongbow's real nice.
Have you had
real nice? What's that?
Have you had Magners?
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, Jesus, you've got to get Magners.
Is it dry?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a specific style, right? All right, now, so we know it's a hazy IPA.
Oh, yeah. Hey, how about we do something about this?
Now, do you need your tools?
Yeah, how about we get some numbers for this? Mm-hmm. Typically, I mean, with the hazies don't have to punch you in the face, but
they don't.
They could.
Yeah.
6 to 9% is the average of where we want to go with this.
Yeah. Here, so let's try this. Let's do 6.
I guess 7. We should define. We're making a vampire beer. Is this just a blood beer? Is this a
right? Like, is it a beer? Is it a beer for vampires?
Right. Is this beer? I feel like this is a beer for vampires more than it is the bite of a vampire, because this is supposed to be fruity and tasteful and embracing.
Well, and also we're trying to dial in a specific color and a specific vibe, right?
Yep.
So my thinking is that it's it's for them to drink.
So
right, or I mean, it could also be another hook that might work. And honestly, this might work at any ABV, but just consider it in your headcanon, right? Certainly in the vampire RPG, with which our acquisitions Intoxicated Brewmaster Eric J. Benson is quite familiar. The only way to get drunk is to bite a person who is drunk, right? When it's in suspension, like when it's in the blood, that's when you can have that, right? So is that what we're actually talking about here, right?
Yeah. All I can think about is that What We Do in the Shadows episode.
This is so good. With
Baron Afunas. We think they were on some drugs.
It's What We Do in the Shadows. Like, how could the show possibly be as good as it is?
I know, it's amazing.
How can the TV spinoff of the mockumentary film, how could it possibly be as good?
Yeah, it's amazing. It gets better with every single episode. Ithune, my favorite clan to play is Ventru. It's always been my favorite clan.
Oh, what's the most vampy? Right?
Huh?
It's like Ventru is maximum vampire.
Yeah, it's pretty much, think of Dracula essentially.
For me, it's Nosferatu or Tremere.
Yeah,
but that's just because I like to play mages, right? Yeah. It's like if you want to play mage, but your friends won't let you.
But this is the closest thing you're gonna get. Go Tremere.
Exactly right. Now 7.5. This is, I would say, perfect.
I like that.
I think 7.5. It's not bullshit, right? It's not like as soon as you start creeping up past 8, you have to earn it.
Right.
7.5, we can still have some fun.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about the color of this.
Yeah. Now,
I mean, this really, I mean, a traditional hazy is 3 to 7, but we can. I mean, we could change the color dramatically any way we want to go with this.
We're looking for a dramatic pint.
Right. So.
Right. And so it can be dark and rich and still inflected in that purple red space. or it can be on the lighter side and they can get it there. This is either one of these actually works for us in this.
Well, here's the thing. So like if we go super light, like a 4 or a 5, that means we can add coloring and make it actually red.
Authentically red.
Yeah.
Now, if we're looking for a more dramatic pint, right? Yeah. I think you're moving down into the 15.
Yep.
Even as a hazy, 20, yep. and then the color additions that we add. The truth is that this chat does not make bad beers.
Yeah.
Once we know this, then we'll know the next piece. But even if it's very dark and dramatic in the glass, that's fine too.
Juxtapose, that's fantastic. A Jackie Daytona human beer. I fucking love that. Was one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Pyro. I think that those darker, that darker threshold there north of 10, that's not where most people do their hazies, but that's where we can do ours. Right?
Yeah, because this is just coloring. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to account for any real flavor. Like we can color very easily.
No, and we can play around with it. We can get it into some really cool places.
Yeah.
But I like that. Oh, what was my mage tradition? Well, it's probably worth noting that we've just started in Club PA. We've just started a mage chronicle. Back in the day, as a younger person, I liked the Order of Hermes style, like modern wizard type thing. But my new character, Dr. Francesca Void, is Sons of Ether, just because I think that a wizard who was how do you put it? A wizard who was in that mad scientist continuum would do very, very well on TikTok and social media. And that would also be a way to democratize magic, which is their purpose anyway. They think anyone can do it. And they want to invent machines that, enable everyone access to that power. What's genius? The transgression.
Is it a thing?
It is. And... a fan-made game set in the new world of darkness. It is about mad scientists inventing gizmos and fighting somewhat madder scientists. Oh, wild.
That's funny. Okay, that's cool.
That's some inside-ass baseball.
Yeah, no joke.
Holy shit. Now, 15, we like it.
Okay.
We look at that, we can take that and we can make it opaque and we can push it into this dark milkshake direction. Right?
Okay, so IBUs. Do we want this? The low end of the spectrum is going to be 20. The high end of the spectrum is going to be 45. So do we want to make this bitter, or do we want this to be very sweet and enthralling?
Interesting. And it's the hazy aspect comes from a dry edition typically at the end.
Traditionally, a hazy will have very low IBUs because you're going to be down around 20 to 30 in that range, because all of the taste is coming from your dry hopping. All that juice taste.
Yeah, it sticks on the tongue, I assume, because of particulate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, C-Team would be amazing as a paranoia game. Paranoia is another one of the games I came up with. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so glad, like, at the time, of course, it was a inexcusable tyranny, but I'm really glad that my mom didn't let me play D&D, actually, right? Because
Yeah,
there's so much great work. I mean, a lot of people start with D&D and they never leave it.
right.
Um,
But you got to go kind of explore the other areas of
well,
RPG.
I know about Traveler. I
Right.
know about Paranoia, GURPS, Palladium,
Did you ever play Metamorphosis Alpha?
Pinnacle,
Mm.
Delta Green.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have all the Wraith books.
God, Wraith is my fucking unicorn.
I had the first Changeling book. I mean, I really like the story stuff. I mean, there's a lot of people who probably buy World of Darkness stuff because they actually like enjoy the storytelling and the vibe. But yeah, Rifts for sure. Yeah, Rifts is one of the Palladium games. So Heroes and Super Spies, TMNT, Rifts, a lot of stuff in there.
Top Secret, man, remember that game?
Yeah, oh for sure. From the TSR game.
Yeah.
But TSR also had, they're the worst, obviously, right? Demons, but they also had a Marvel game.
Yeah.
Way back. But no, Wraith is my shit for sure. I think Wraith is incredible.
I have never been able to sit in a game of Wraith. It is my freaking white whale.
No, it's impossible to play.
It's the one game I want to play, and I've never been able to play it.
Impossible. Can't do it. Well, there's so much about it that's like designed to destroy friendships.
Yeah, right?
Right?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Mummy, again, impossible to play. Thought Experiments, mega valid. Yeah, Fusion Addict, I missed the C team also. And when we get a bunch of shots in our arms, things will change a lot. Starfinder. Yeah, I haven't checked it out. I'm familiar with it, of course.
Yeah.
Because I'm familiar with Paizo, but I have not had a chance to play it. My favorite one, for dungeon crawling that's not D&D.
Torchbearer.
Torchbearer.
Yep.
That's the one.
God, I am excited for that new one to come out. Let me tell you. I'm excited to go to East and have Luke run it for us.
I needs it like heroin. Now,
yeah.
That was actually very, very close. But 20 ultimately won out. So that means that means mega juice. But I like that as a vibe.
Yeah. So do we want to, before we get into grains, do we want to consider like a fruit edition if we want to do a fruit edition?
Like basically our edition for color. I think it's probably a good idea to have that in mind before we do grains. I think that's correct.
Yeah. Or what we want this to taste like at the end, right?
Yeah. So, and that's basically what we're getting in here, because that whatever is going to impart this color is also going to impart a pretty significant taste. And you have access to what we already know because we've had it before, the cherry edition.
We have cherry. I mean,
that's not hard to get.
Just pick a fruit and we can get it. Cherries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries.
Here, so I say
mango.
Raspberry.
We could do mango if we really wanted to. But I like raspberry. I put that on the list.
Raspberry is raspberries and beer. They long to be together.
I would love strawberry. I think that's that could be really fun for
against that back. Yeah. So I got cherry, beet, raspberry, and strawberry. Blood orange is obviously has to be in there.
Oh yeah.
And we should be able to get access to that too.
Yep.
I'm just going to check chat real quick to see if there's anything I'm missing here. As a vibe. Blackberry. We just did blackcurrant.
Yep.
But blackberry, especially in the Northwest, not hard to get.
Wow.
And so any one of those, since we're at 15, it's just going to impart a rich color. It might not be exactly blood-like, but it will definitely be strange. Right?
Yeah, it's just gonna just accentuate the color, right? It's not gonna make anything dramatic happen.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, some of
Yeah.
these I think beet would be especially nuts,
Yeah.
and blood orange
Oh.
is going to hit us twice there, especially with the acid, right?
Yeah, I think raspberry
All
would be
good.
phenomenal.
Well, yeah, raspberry, and like I was saying before, like that's such a.
Well, especially because if it's a hazy, right, you want it to be fruity and juicy.
It's a traditional. I mean, it's an easy call.
Yeah.
But they're all good. I mean,
no, yeah, we don't lose in any of these.
Mm-mm. But man, so I'm gonna let this roll for a little bit here, but it's definitely in the knife fight continuum.
Yeah, it was like 29.2. Yeah, I don't know. Jesus.
No, they're pushing it. Wow, beet came in at the end of the dark horse.
Is it really? God, that sounds
fucking. Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. I'm going to let this run for another 15 seconds, and we'll see if anybody catches up or pushes it. Man, those beet proponents are coming in crazy. They're doubling up here on the back end. Oh, okay, now it's tied up between beet and raspberry. I'm going to go ahead and look at what Josh voted. The last vote here. You see this?
I love Josh.
Oh, wow. No, Josh got outvoted.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, they just pulled up on the back there. No, and now it got a second vote to secure it. They want the rasp.
This is super interesting. Tack said black currant was outlawed in the U.S. for a while.
But
I didn't know that. Really? That's fascinating. I think that's super interesting.
Is it because of its use in brewing?
No.
Oh, no. They spread a fungus that killed white pines.
Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay.
So in the early 1900s, and it's still to this day, it's still that's not in our flavor lexicon, right?
Fascinating.
If it was just one more, I'd push it, Pyro. All right, hit it. So rasp. So that'll, especially against the rest of our stats on that, that'll be nice.
Yeah, I think
I think honestly, raspberry itself in beer
is I love them. I love it, but
it's tart. I'm saying that we have the opportunity to sort of sweeten and flatten out just underneath it in the rest of the beer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look. So now we need our base.
Okay, so easy selections here. We want this to be clean and crisp. So one of them, classic two-row.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to let the hops and the raspberries we put in really do the flavor.
They basically stand in front.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. The other one is Golden Promise. This is going to make it a little bit sweeter of a flavor. Still clean and crisp, but just a little bit sweeter.
Yep. Yeah, those will both be really neat. Now I'm starting to get really interested. Now that we have like the guardrails up,
mm-hmm.
Now I'm curious. Oh, Fusionetic. No, I am not familiar with Lofty Pursuits. I'll investigate it.
That sounds really familiar. What is that?
I've never heard of it before, but apparently it's a candy shop in Tallahassee.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of something. I was thinking of a TV show. Okay, so what can we?
they want the big sweet, and I get it, especially with the raspberry because it's going to be kind of sharp.
Mm-hmm.
I think we do want the extra sweet underneath it.
So Golden Promise, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the other thing that this is going to do is be delicious, and that's part of
delicious.
Exactly. A, B, C. I don't know. A, B, D. Anyway, I'm saying we should be. It should be delicious in the way like you should want it a lot when you tip this stuff up, right?
You mean like as opposed to like this should be a beer you just want to fucking throw on the ground?
No. I like the idea of it being sweet and fruity in the best way that a hazy can be.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about just the desire.
Yeah.
Like, I think that you tip it up.
You can't stop drinking,
dude. Look at the box.
Wow! Look at that color.
Oh yeah, but look at how fat these grains are getting too.
That is a hunter's
It's up to the roof.
Yeah,
it's up to the roof.
Cool.
All right, Golden Promise. We're there.
Okay, I like Golden Promise. So, damn, I just had a couple great extra fermentals in my head. So the next ones we can go with.
And Cornelius. Yes, exactly right, Josh. You become stitched.
Yeah.
Spiritually to the product.
No, it's like if you're committing diablerie, right? You can't, it's almost like you can't stop drinking.
Blood magics.
Yeah. Okay, so next choice. We're done.
Yep.
None. We're just going to use.
Oh, that's right. All the flavor additions are going to come from hops and fruit.
Yep. So we could just say no. We're just going to use this. We could also use a caramel, like a light caramel, just to give a little nice caramel flavor. Or, God damn it, what's the other one I had in my head? Oh, wheat. Or we could put wheat.
Oh, yeah. Wheat is very common against raspberry as well. Well, basically what it does is it just provides some structure in the body, right?
Yep.
I mean, wheat is, and not even necessarily in a bad way, but it's harsher than two-row.
Yes, it's not as clean or bound. Yeah, absolutely. It
has its own character and personality, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gosh, oats confer some flavor. The main things that they confer is body and head retention.
Yeah.
And a little bit of mouthfeel as well. But I don't actually hate that as a second option, just because if the whole thing is going to be sort of milk shaky and syrupy,
right.
That kind of works.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, this can go in any direction, and this beer is going to taste fantastic. And you can't see it, but
yeah, vampires are big on mouthfeel, Just.
In Brewsmith, all the Copeland malts are in here.
Oh, did they do an update?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay,
yeah.
So other people must have learned what we've learned.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm happy for them. That's really
cool. Is that this is what you want.
Yeah.
This is the good stuff. Yeah, so they want wheat for a robust character, provide a little bit of structure underneath some of these sharper notes.
I think I like that. I think
it's great. I think that it's great. And I think that oats can offer us something here too. It's going to move it into the soapy. Although I don't know if you want wheat. Do you want wheat and oats?
Yeah, you can.
They know. Wheat is in for sure though.
So the next vote is done. Oats or caramel. Blood oats. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know if I want rye in my hazy.
Ugh.
Everything else is good. Yeah.
I
Like
consider
corn,
myself quite
rice,
open-minded in this.
but corn, rice. Yeah.
Okay, so there's your we're done or oats, and especially given the opacity, like the oats might give you something really nice in the glass,
Yeah.
or we could be good. I mean, the truth is, we might actually be good here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, do we want this thick, or do we want it to essentially feel like blood, right? Like, a thick blood,
Yeah,
viscous almost.
yeah, because oats will definitely crank that, but it's going to be thicker, a little slipperier, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with our golden promise and our wheat, those are already good buddies. Hey, Tal. No, so we had considered tapping Auld Lang Syne or Auld Lang Syne this week, but it was so good um, in the sample that Eric wanted to wait until it had a chance to fully naturally carbonate.
Mm-hmm. You need a little bit more carbonation to just get it to perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, we're done. We're done.
Wow,
No
that blew
more
out of the
grin. Well,
water. Okay.
exactly. So now it's about the mega hop.
Yeah. What do we want to? Okay, so where do we want to go hop wise with this? Do we want to accentuate the fruit, right? Because we know we're putting raspberries in here.
Right. Right. Or are they there to support fruit? Right. Do we actually have them in an earthy, clean bittering,
Mm-hmm.
and then we let fruit and then our massive hop bomb at the end
Oh
handle the
yeah,
other part
yeah,
of it,
absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Both they're all good. I mean, both are good. You can go tropical, um, and just have hops that ride along with the raspberry, and then we're good. We're in a good
So
spot.
so do we want to look for something herbal up front
Yeah,
for
well,
the
let's
bittering? For
offer it.
bittering?
Let's offer it. Let's
Okay.
offer something with herbal bittering up front.
Then I would say Apollo would be really neat
Oof.
because it's going to be citrus and herbs and a little bit of spice, but mostly citrus and herb. If we want to stay in the fruity
Yeah.
continuum, right? Up top, we could do Cascade.
Ooh. What do you got for me there?
Cascade is you mean a description?
Yeah.
It is. Let me get that for you. Floral, spicy, hints of pine, but it tends to be citrusy and grapefruit.
Ooh, citrus and grapefruit would be an interesting back to the raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
And floral is quite common in the hazy style too, so that might be a nice bridge.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, I mean, with a hazy, you don't have to use bittering hops, like strict bittering hops to begin with, right? Because you're going for a
It's
low
not really
IBU.
part of the style, right?
You don't need a lot of alpha on this one.
Mm-mm.
Let's see what.
Beckenbauer is saying Amarillo since we didn't add blood orange. That might be interesting.
I love that. I mean, that's citrus, or it's lemon, orange, grapefruit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So that'll basically add a basket of all the stuff that we didn't hit, right?
Here's a good descriptor. Brewers are describing the flavor and aroma as a supercharged version of Cascade.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bigger. I mean, it depends on when you add it, but it's bigger. Fusion Addict says the citrus would offer a slightly metallic tinge, which is thematically nice. Heck yeah. Why not? We can do a werewolfy one with a beet and call it the Beats Within. You goose.
Geez.
You goose. Enough. It's fine. Okay. So Cascade does not get the love.
Absolutely fine.
Right now, it's looking like the Mega Cascade is coming through, especially with that that possibility of the metallics. I think that's drawing them in as well.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Apollo is not beating that. Apollo is not coming back from this.
No. Not on your unlife.
No. All right, so that's basically sort of our flavor spine there.
Okay, so that was, what was that? Amarillo? Love it. Fantastic. Okay, so that being said, I think we can do the flavor, the aroma edition, and what we're going to dry hop with.
Yeah, same one.
Yeah, one of them can be 100% El Dorado.
Oh my God.
Pear, watermelon, tropical fruit, stone fruit. I think that would be really neat. Beckenbauer, I was trying to think about that too. Would raspberry and citrus go well together? So that's why another one could be, we could put Citra in as well.
Oh, Citra as your aroma and dry?
Mm-hmm.
That would be massive.
Or here's another well, we'll keep going, but we can talk about it after. I think those are a good place to start with a decision for the first hop, because we can do multiple hops.
Yeah, true. So our aroma dry edition is basically between a broader, sweeter hop flavor, or something that's a little bit sharper for the citric.
Yeah.
And the truth is, both are good. Raspberry is going to offer a very specific thing. I mean, it depends on how the raspberry is added. I mean, it's going to be added in a sort of like a sterile compote type addition, which tends to be a little bit sweeter than a raw raspberry.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Look at that fucking kettle. Look at what is happening inside.
I'm excited for this beer.
It is working its ass off in there. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, this is neck and neck. That was 50-50 for a second there.
Yeah, they're fighting. Cornelius wants to know what's in the Pico right now. That is Hunter's Dark. And it is a true beast, as you can see.
It was a porter.
Porter, heaps of black malt.
Yep.
Rye is in there as well.
Yep. And we started it off with Vienna malt. That's the base.
Yeah. So this is a food. Right? This is a food. So get your votes in. Get your votes in on this bad boy.
Tatatek, I think this is more vampires in general. This is a 30,000 foot one. We can go deeper into the vampire.
Oh my gosh. This is vampire as a concept. If we're going into the masquerade, that's a whole other
Yeah,
kettle of fish.
Yeah.
But we have the capacity to handle that as well. In fact, we might be able to we could get a hold of Jason.
Oh, he'll come on anytime.
I know he will.
He's in my Sunday game, so he will easily, hop on whatever.
Yeah, I bet we could roll him in. I know that he's typically a wine drinker, but we could get him dialed in for sure.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, are we? I'm trying to think of what's on the because I have access to all the video feeds. I just saw that the Twitch stream is actually looking at the Pico right now, and it's actually pulling that rich syrup.
Yeah, look at the suds
right off the top.
Look at the foam clinging to the wall.
Yeah, that's quite the box there. So we're gonna go with they want the broader sweet underneath for the aroma and dry.
Okay, so we could say next time we can do another hop edition. We can say or we can say none. We can do what else can we do? We can do, hold on. That's what it was. Sorry, Josh. We can do we can put Citra in as well.
Oh yeah, just fill out the rest of basically, here's all your stone fruits, your more syrup sweet fruits, and then add the sharp bite as well.
Yep, or Huel melon.
Oh, just continue to broaden the fruit.
Yeah.
So Citra. Now, is this for aroma and dry, or is this just the back end?
Both. We can do aroma and dry. Josh Pearson back up again. There we go.
So Huel melon is melon and strawberry?
Yep.
I'm trying to remember.
Yep, it is honeydew and strawberry.
Oh, this is going to be so fucking good.
Right?
I just got that last piece. This is going to be so good. Just a little nibble there. I like I'm thinking of the acid citrus bite is roughly analogous to a bite.
Yeah.
I feel like that's that tooth. Underdog says it dissolves some iron supplements in it to give it that real authentic human taste. Hopefully we'll get enough of that metallic bite from the Amarillo. No pennies. Did not catch that one, Oprah, but we have got heaps of Mosaic beers.
Oh, yeah. God, I still love the Mosaic that Black Raven puts out. I can't remember what that beer was called.
Black Raven is a very solid workhorse brewery. Just good stuff. The tap room's great as well.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, JD. I just saw that. I just looked at it. I did it wrong. Next time, under Dogag for sure. Now, so they want us to back it up with the Citra. I think because we already have the other broad suite, right?
How did the under Dogag thing come about?
Well, misreading people's handles is a hobby.
It's a time-honored Twitch tradition, actually, because it happens because it's scrolling so fast.
It's a hobby.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, Delgo, for sure. I do remember going to tap rooms. It was I would say a fundamental part of my relationship with Eric.
Yeah.
For literal years.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just like Jack Lemmon. Exactly right. Now, citrus it is. So we got that dialed in now.
I like that. That's great.
We got to get the yeast. Because that's a hot bomb there on the back. That's crazy stuff. So, and these days there are actually hazy there are hazy specific yeasts, although my guess is that they're the juice.
Yes,
that's
gonna be one. We're gonna use Imperial juice, hands down. Hold on 1 second.
Juice really does accomplish what it says on the tin. I mean,
come on, 3 ounces and
drunk phytologist, welcome aboard.
Wait, what were the hops we went with? It was Citra
and Eldorado.
Eldorado, that's it.
Yeah, winners both. Oh, dude, look at the wort creeping back up through the box.
Well, I'm
Oh, you're typing. You type.
I'm doing a lot here.
I'll look at it.
I can't. How are you looking? It's not even on my screen.
Oh, I have the other.
Oh, you're looking at it in the Discord. I'm like, wait a minute.
I have access. I have access to. I control the horizontal. And the vertical.
Yeah. I'm looking. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
But it's actually darkening it as it creeps up.
Jesus.
So we know the juice is good.
Okay, and add hops. Eldorado. 3 ounces.
Hold on, Errol.
What happened?
It's pyro.
Wait, what?
Really?
Wait, you haven't been calling him pyro?
What's ICFF? What the hell does that mean?
International Cool Friends Finder. I mean that's what that.
Well, I mean, I'm a subscriber.
Yeah.
You know.
He helps a lot of people out.
Nope, sorry. I'm sorry. It has to be Puro forever. That's how it is. It's too late to change it now.
This is the best.
Yeah, Puro is just like it's just like Jack Lemon, right? These classics. Now, so we have juice.
We're still doing
yeast. Yeah. So we have juice from Imperial. We know that that's great.
Yeah.
But it really, in terms of a description, that really is what it does.
What do you think about American Ale 2? It's clean, tart, and nutty and fruity.
Yeah, so that would be a little bit broader in its application. I mean, juice is basically going to emphasize.
Or we could do a Northwest Ale.
Yeah.
Fruity, malty, good body and balance.
Yeah, all three of those I think are winners. No lie. ICFF is an old webcomic. That kicks ass. Yeah, Nevermore, quite simple. I just excised the numbers at the end. Now, people, remember, we're on our vampire tip. I mean, you have a lot. Doing better than what we brew in the shadows is going to be very hard, but I'm counting on you.
I don't know. That's going to be impossible.
Talp, yes, I do. I do know a thing or two about it, having been there more or less the whole time.
What, webcomics? Yeah. What the hell's a webcomic?
Done it a couple times. It's like a comic but on the web.
Oh.
That's basically it.
Is there anything really to that? I mean,
no.
Do people read them?
Some. Perverts.
Yeah.
No, man. You know what? They didn't want the juice. They actually want
I am
the
fascinated
balance.
by this. Yeah,
I think
this is
that's
cool.
really cool. But now a Northwest Ale is actually a super good. It's going to be a super good yeast
I 100% agree.
for this because most of the flavor profile is going to come from this double fucking aroma bomb at the end. This is going to be amazing as an experience, I think. Northwest Ale, Mon Frere.
Yeah,
now,
that's
names. Let's see them.
I don't know what we brew in the. I got to see something better than that. I don't know if it's possible.
It's going to be pretty hard. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Down for the count. Okay, Beckenbauer. That's pretty fucking good. Haze of the Dead. All right. Cursing through my Jesus. Cab save clam bruja for
VTM.
VTM one. Home brewed. That's great. Dracula's Haze. Diaburi. Fangs for the Dream.
Nosferatu.
Wow.
And then Fugusco, Nosferatu. Both good.
Juxtapose Dance Macabre.
Oh, Underdog Egg, yes. Gunfire Reborn is sick.
Oh,
it's
God,
sick.
yeah.
I finally beat that boat.
Did you?
Yeah. But somebody on Twitter was like, hey, yeah, it'd be cool if I could play Gunfire Reborn with you at some point. And I was like, when? And I'm like, when's good for you? And they're like, Monday? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Here's my shit. And then the one run I ever go on with this guy that I've never met before, we get all the way to the end and tear it apart.
Son of a B. I thought we should have
played Underdog Gag. It's not available anymore. I'm sorry. It's a limited time offer. Just send me an email. Tycho@pennyarcade.com. That's the way we can do it. Coughing medicine. Bloodweiser.
Whoa.
Oh my God, did somebody do it? That's exquisite.
That's brilliant. Juxtapose might have, I don't know.
That's so good. Down for the count.
Count Druncula? Jesus.
Okay. Holy shit. Here. I gotta cut it off here. These are too good. I was joking. I was just gonna say it's gonna be what we brew in the shadows. But you've put in like 3 that are exquisite.
Yeah. Bloodlight, Jesus.
I can't believe it.
Wow.
I can't fucking believe it. What a chat. What a chat. Fusion Addict. No, I mean, obviously we have to continue investigating it. And like we were saying, when we say Jason Carl, what we mean is like the official storyteller for Vampire the Masquerade. We know him for some reason. He was the one that did the chronicle that you can see on our YubTub. He is really, really cool. And like I said, typically a wine drinker. Vampires in Vino, I think it's his literal Twitter handle.
Oh, Bloodweiser's GW's Blood Bowl beer. That's great.
But it's fine with us.
That's fine with us.
They can come and pry it from my cold, dead fingers. No, Bloodwasser. No, Jason is an unbelievable DM. No question. Is he a fun player?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Toreador beer. Yeah, let's just go down the list. Just go down the list. Well, listen, Bloodweiser out of somehow.
Yeah.
It's ready to go. Yeah, Beckenbauer, there's no question. The beer that we made with Ryan has been just becoming acquainted with itself for months. I mean, over a year now, right?
That's going to be interesting.
It is, but as a wine, like we wouldn't want to address it until we'd let it rest for at least a year, right? So it actually worked out.
Yeah.
Well, Precious Channel, it's happened. We've gotten all the way through this bad boy, and I think that we've extracted an incredible product as a result. We will now leave you in the capable hands of my good friend Mike Krahulik, who will draw tomorrow's comic for your amusement. I understand it involves one Dr. Lupo. Until next time, we'll see you.